Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to Finance with Avrin. In this video, I'm going to give you details on the top 3 bank bonuses for October and November 2025. 2 of these expire during the month of November and 1 of them in December. So we're going to get into all the details, eligibility, and the steps and requirements to obtain these bonuses. And I've done 2 of these bonuses in the past, and I'm actively doing one right now. So I'll tell you all about that. So if you're thinking about opening a new checking account or just want to look into another one, check out some features in the app and so forth with another checking account at another bank or financial institution, these could be some great options for you, and you'll receive a nice cash bonus if you follow the steps. Let's get right into it here. First, starting with the Etrade $300 bonus. This one is available when you open the account online and use the promo code checking25, as you see it right there on the screen, CHECKING25, and follow the required steps, which we'll get into for sure. This is for their checking or max rate checking account. Now, their plain regular checking account does not have a monthly maintenance fee. However, the max rate checking account does have a monthly maintenance fee of $15, but I'll tell you about a way that you can avoid that in this video as well. This is the account that I actually currently did sign up for a couple of days ago with the bonus and everything. So I signed up with it online, didn't have any issues, standard process with it, with the information they require, name and address, social security number, birthday, and so forth. And the one thing that I did like about this, the process of signing up with this account, is that shortly after I signed up for the account and everything, I got a little alert within my account with Etrade stating that I was enrolled in this promotion. As you see it right there on the screen, I'm gonna show you a screenshot of it. So that's just a nice confirmation of like, yes, you were enrolled in this promotion, and they lay out the steps and everything I'm gonna tell you about here to follow. So that was nice right there. You don't get that with every bank and financial institution out there with their promo bonuses. And I actually already had an account with Etrade, not a checking account, just an investment account like years ago, but I don't use it anymore. I shut it down, canceled it, but I still had an account with Etrade. So when I was actually signing up for this, they were like, hey, you already have an account. So, luckily I knew my password and email address that I used for it, still use it, the email address. And so I just signed into the account and then just proceeded with the application for the checking account. And it was just fine, like normal. Now back to more details about this bonus. It is available a limited time. They state that you must open the account by December 31st, 2025 to receive this bonus. Now, sometimes banks and financial institutions, they'll extend these bonuses, further out. Sometimes they'll change some of the requirements or even the dollar amount of the bonus. But as of right now, this $300 bonus for the new checking account is for accounts that are open by December 31st, 2025. Now let's get into eligibility and the steps to obtain this bonus. Now for eligibility and sign up, U.S. residents must be a new customer or not owned or co-owned, like a joint account, a checking or max rate checking account with Etrade within the last 12 months. So either you're a new customer, brand new with a checking account with Etrade, or you haven't had one in over 12 months. Maybe you had one years ago, but you closed it down. If you just closed it or canceled it within the past 12 months, then you would not be eligible for this offer. And also very important, you must apply online for the checking account and use that promo code checking25. When I started doing the application, towards the bottom of it, I think it was the first or second page of the application, there's a space for a promotional code. So you definitely want to put that in right there. It's not already embedded. Sometimes with the applications for these bonuses, when you apply through them through the promotional page, the bonus will just be attached to it. You'll see it already be there because you click the link through the promotion page to open the account. For this one, it was not there. I applied through the promotional page, and I'll have the links to all of these bonuses down in the description. They're not referral links for me. They'll just link you to the exact promotional page for all these bonuses. Now, I do have referral links in the description as well for other bonuses, so you can check those out if you want to. But with this one, you just got to make sure you put that promotional code in that spot. The promotional code checking25. And now there is no initial minimum deposit required when you open this account, but it must be funded within 30 days of opening, or else Etrade may close the account. So you definitely want to make sure this account is funded within 30 days of opening it. Now you got the account open and everything. That's all great. What you'll need to do is set up direct deposit. So, there's multiple ways to set up direct deposit. Typically, most people are going to go through their employer or their government benefits provider to input their information, the account number and the routing number, and set up how much you want going to this account, whether it be by dollar amounts or percentage amounts. The direct deposit requirements are that you must receive at least 2 qualifying direct deposits of $1,500 or more within 90 days into your new Etrade checking or max rate checking account. So at least 2 separate direct deposits, and each one of them has to be at least $1,500, $1,500 or more. So with my normal employer, I have it set up when I get paid that $1,500 from my check is going to go to my new E-Trade checking account, and then the rest goes to other accounts and so forth. So I have it set up. I'm going to do that at least 2 times, and that should be fine. So that's step number 2 pretty much in this one, is to set up that direct deposit. Very similar, easy process. Now you may be wondering, what's the qualifying direct deposit? So in connection with this offer, a direct deposit means a regular reoccurring deposit of income to an account holder's checking or max rate checking account, such as salary, pension, government payments such as Social Security, from your employer, payroll, or benefits provider or government agency that occurs through the automated clearinghouse network, the ACH network. That's just a typical way of electronic transfers and how people get paid through the ACH network. So pretty standard, typical when it comes to the qualifying direct deposits for this. And of course, there are other transactions that are not qualifying direct deposits, like person-to-person payments, Venmo, Zelle, transfers from another external bank account, and so forth. Those would not count as a qualifying direct deposit for this bonus. Now, you can transfer from this account to an external bank account, or vice versa, from an external bank account to this account, back and forth, if you'd like. As far as like when you get the bonus, you could transfer it out to another account and so forth. But any kind of transfers into this account from an external bank account would not qualify towards that direct deposit amount that you need to do to obtain the bonus. So just keep that in mind. So that's step number 2. So you're eligible for this promotion. You signed up for the account. You've met the requirements for the direct deposit. What's next? When do you receive your bonus? How do you receive your bonus? So you need to keep the account open and in good standing. It doesn't state that you need to have a positive balance, but me personally, I always like to keep a little something in these accounts just to make sure that it doesn't get closed, because sometimes you don't receive your bonus for a while, 30, 60, 90 days. And you want to make sure you keep a little something in the account so they don't automatically close it. So they state just keep the account open and in good standing. So if you follow all the steps and have that account open and in good standing, that $300 bonus will be deposited into your E-Trade checking or max rate checking account within 120 days of account opening. So you have that 90 days for those 2 direct deposits. So once you hit that 90 days is pretty much when E-Trade is going to check to see, okay, were the deposits eligible? Did they meet the requirements, the steps and everything? So after that 90 days, they'll pretty much pay you within 30 days of that 90 days. So that's why I just put in total, it's going to be within 120 days of account opening, because it's that 90 days and then it's 30 days from that 90 days. So if you follow all the steps and everything like that, you will receive that bonus. So nice $300 bonus there. So if you open the regular checking account, like I stated, there's no monthly maintenance fee. That's the one I went with. However, if you want that max rate checking account, there is a monthly maintenance fee with it. Now, there are, differences between the 2 accounts. I won't get into that too much because, I don't want this video to go on and on. One of the main differences with those 2 accounts is that the max rate checking account with E-Trade has a yield associated with it. So you can earn interest with that account. But one thing that you want to avoid is that monthly maintenance fee. So let me tell you about that. So it's a $15 monthly fee for the max rate checking account with E-Trade. However, you can avoid that if you maintain an average monthly account balance of at least $5,000 in your max rate checking account on or after the end of the 2nd calendar month from account opening. So that 2nd calendar month from account opening, you need to have that average balance of that account being at least $5,000. So yeah, that's the $300 E-Trade bonus, the one that I'm currently doing here myself. I thought it's a pretty neat account to check out. So far, I like the app interface with the E-Trade checking account. Very familiar for me. Like I've stated, I've used E-Trade in the past for one of my investment accounts, so it looks very similar to that. So far, it's more modernized than some of the other accounts and the apps out there that I've used for checking accounts. So we'll see how it goes. Haven't had any issues with setup and the process so far. So that's the E-Trade $300 bonus and the information on how to obtain it. Let's move on to the next cash bonus, and that is going to be the US Bank $450 cash bonus. This one is available if you open the account online or in a branch or via the phone and follow the required steps. And I'm going to tell you all about the required steps. So this promotional bonus of up to $450 is for their US Bank Smartly checking account. So that is the account that you will need to open. And there is a $12 monthly maintenance fee associated with it. However, I will tell you way ways to avoid that in that section of this video. I've personally done this bonus either last year or the year before. There's 3 tiers for this bonus. I'm going to get into the specifics of that, but I did the one that gets you the bonus of $450. So I followed all the steps and everything. Didn't have any issues. I received the $450. I ended up closing the account, after I transferred the money out to an external bank account and it cleared and everything. I closed the account because I just didn't want to use it anymore. I had other accounts that I used more. I didn't have really any negative issues with this account. The interface of it with the app and everything is nice. You see the image right there on the screen of how it looks in the app. And so it's pretty modernized. Didn't have any issues with transferring money to the account or from the account or deposits or anything like that. But I just decided to cancel the account for myself personally. But with this bonus right here, it is available for a limited time. It's for accounts that are open from September 19th, 2025 through November 20th, 2025. But like I stated with the previous bonus, often the banks and financial institutions, they will extend these bonuses, change the date, sometimes change the amounts of the bonus in the requirements and so forth. I've done this bonus before, but it wasn't during that time frame. So there is a chance this bonus could go further from that November 20th, 25 deadline. However, as of right now, that's the deadline for this great bonus right here. Let me give you some more information on it. Eligibility and sign up. So for eligibility, U.S. residents must be inside the footprint of U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank has branches in a lot of states. So typically for eligibility, you're going to need to have an address in one of these states and be living in one of these states, possibly near a U.S. Bank or so forth. There's a lot of states that they're located in though. Let me give you the list of it and I'll show you on the screen as well. So these states have U.S. Bank branches and they include Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oregon, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Washington, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. So yeah, a lot of states. So you need to be in that footprint. That is very important. So also for eligibility, this is for new U.S. Bank consumer checking customers or those who haven't had a U.S. Bank consumer checking account or received a bonus from one within the last 12 months. So if you fall outside of that time frame or you're a new customer for a U.S. Bank consumer checking account, then you could be eligible given the other parameters and everything, of course. Now, also, you could sign up online through the promotional page, link in the description, or in a branch or by phone. However, if you sign up for this account in a branch or by phone, make sure you mention this promotional bonus. There's no promotional code associated with it. I've scoured online and looked on the website and so forth. They just state that you need to mention that you're applying for this account with this promotion. Tell them that you intend to follow the steps to receive the promotional sign-up bonus. And we're gonna get into the tiers as you see right there in the next section, because there are different amounts you can earn depending on your direct deposit amount. So we'll get into that. But yeah, make sure you mention that if you apply in a branch, in person, or via the phone. Also, another requirement is that the opening deposit of at least $25 is required within 30 days. So after signing up for this account, within 30 days, you need to make a deposit of at least $25 or more. Also, you must enroll in the U.S. Bank mobile app or online banking within 90 days of account opening. And that's a standard process. Typically, you're going to want to do that in general so you can, set up transfers and so forth and different features with the checking account. So when I did it, I just used the mobile app. I signed up through there and that was sufficient. And of course, you can use that same login to sign up online and so forth. Now, next step, very important, set up direct deposits. So you need to receive at least 2 qualifying direct deposits within 90 days of account opening. Now, your total dollar amount of direct deposits will determine the bonus that you receive. So there are 3 tiers of this bonus and direct deposits. As you see on the screen, let's go through them here. So if you have a total qualifying direct deposit amount between $2,000 and $4,999.99, you will earn a bonus of $250. If you have a qualifying direct deposit total between $5,000 and $7,999.99, you can earn a $350 bonus. Now, if you have qualifying direct deposits totaling $8,000 or more, you will earn a bonus of $450. So that's the highest bonus amount. If you want to go for that one, you want to make sure your total direct deposits equal $8,000 or more within 90 days. And you have to have at least 2 qualifying direct deposits. So you can't do this all at once with one direct deposit. You need to spread it through with at least 2 direct deposits. Now you could do more than 2 direct deposits for sure. You could have 4, 5, 6, however many within 90 days, and just make sure the total equals whichever bonus you're going for. Now, what's a qualifying direct deposit for this bonus? A direct deposit is an electronic deposit of your paycheck made through that ACH, automated clearinghouse, or electronic deposit from your employer or government benefits, such as Social Security from the government. Now, other electronic deposits or person-to-person payments and all that, they are not considered qualifying direct deposits for this bonus. Now, like the previous account and bonus, you can do external transfers with this account. And when you receive the bonus, you can transfer part of it out, all of it out, however you want to with your direct deposits. You don't have to keep them in the account. After you get your direct deposits and they clear and everything's fine, you can transfer those out to another bank account if you want to, or you can use them to pay bills or however. You don't have to sit the money and keep it in there. You just have to make sure you have the direct deposits at least 2 of them, and they clear and everything in the account. So that's step number 2, setting up those direct deposits. So you've met eligibility, you've signed up for the account, you've got the direct deposits, everything's going fine. Now, receiving the bonus. To receive the bonus, you need to maintain this account. So keep the account open, in good standing, and with a positive balance. They do state for this bonus in the fine print that your account needs to have a positive balance. So keep some money in the account. That helps keep it open anyway. But just make sure you have a positive balance. So don't transfer everything out. If you're going that route with the direct deposits and you're transferring everything out, make sure you keep something in this account at least, have a positive balance. So if you do that, the bonus will be credited to your US bank checking account within 30 days after the steps have been completed. So yeah, very simple, easy process to follow and receive the bonus. However, there is a monthly maintenance fee with this account, but there are ways to avoid that fee. Let me tell you about it here. There's a lot of ways to avoid this fee. One of the ways is via direct deposit. So if you have a combined monthly direct deposit totaling $1,500 or more, then you will avoid that monthly maintenance fee. Also, if you're a member of one of these groups, you will avoid that monthly maintenance fee. And those groups include members of the military, which require self-disclosure, workplace financial wellness program. If you're in one of those that's associated with US Bank, you can avoid the fee. Or if you're involved in the US Bank Global Transition Solutions, you could avoid the fee, as well as clients, customers age 13 through 24, or customers 65 and over. Also, they state that State Farm Alliance customers can also waive the monthly maintenance fee as an owner of an eligible personal State Farm credit card. So if you fall into that realm, you could avoid the fee. Also, there are other ways to avoid this monthly maintenance fee. One of them is maintaining an average account balance of $1,500 or more. So if your monthly average account balance is $1,500 or more, you'll avoid that monthly maintenance fee. Also, if you have one of these other accounts with US Bank, you could avoid that monthly maintenance fee. If you're owner of an open US Bank Smartly Visa Signature credit card, or an owner of an eligible US Bank small business checking account, or if you qualify for one of the 3 Smart Reward tiers, Gold tier, Platinum or Platinum Plus tier. If you fall into one of those categories, you will avoid that monthly maintenance fee. Now that Smart Rewards tiers, the Gold, Platinum, and Platinum Plus, they're basically in relation to your total account balance across US banks. So depending on your account balance, you could be in one of those tiers. I'll have it up there on the screen right there so you can see the account balances and tiers and everything. I won't go over all that. I don't want to make the video too long, but you see it right there on the screen. You can pause it if you want more information on that. So that is the US Bank bonus, where you could earn either $250, $350, or $450. Now let's move on to the next bank bonus. That is going to be the PNC Bank bonus, where you could earn $100, $200, or $400. And I'll tell you the steps and details for each one of those. Now, this bonus is for when you're opening an account online through the promotional page, link in the description, or in a branch with a promo code. And that promo code can be requested from the promotional page. I have it popped up right here on the screen. There's a section of the promotional page where you can click on and input some information to receive a promotion code. So if you want to go in a branch and apply for this account with the bonus and everything, make sure you do that. If you're applying for this account online through the promotion page, then it should be embedded in the process, and you can just go for it with it and have the bonus attached. And you'll usually see a little something that'll state like, the bonus is active or something like that. I've done this bonus before last year, I believe, and very simple, easy process. I applied online via the promotion page. I ended up transferring the bonus out to an external bank account after I received it and canceled this account because I just didn't see myself using it anymore. I wasn't that big of a fan of the user interface on the mobile app or the websites. The website for sure looks more outdated than the mobile app, but the mobile app is not bad. As you see it right there on the screen, it's definitely not bad or anything like that. With the accounts I use, I usually have a little bit more going on, and the transfers with other accounts I use are faster than PNC Bank. I found PNC Bank transfers to be on the slower side when transferring money from the account into this account. So, and I haven't had that kind of issue with some of the other accounts I use. Some accounts out there for sure are slower than others. They'll stay, 1 to 3 business days or 2 to 3 business days. And some of the accounts out there, 1 business day or sometimes within the same day, boom, transfers are there. And then other banks are a little bit slower like that. I found PNC to be on a little bit slower side, not horrible. It's not like I'm saying, don't use this bank or something like that. You may already have this bank and be totally fine with it. And, that's fine. Nothing against that. But I decided to cancel the account. But let's get back into the details of this bonus. So this bonus is for 3 different checking account options that they have. So you can choose from the virtual wallet account, or the virtual wallet with performance speed, or the virtual wallet with performance select account. And I'm going to get into details of the monthly maintenance fee for each one of those and how to avoid them in that section, because yes, there is a fee associated with each account. However, there are ways to avoid that. Now, this bonus is for a limited time for accounts open from July 1st, 2025 through November 17th, 2025. And like I stated with the other bonuses, sometimes financial institutions will extend the range of the date for these bonuses or change the bonus amounts or some of the steps or requirements. But as of right now, those are the dates for this bonus. Let's get into more details about eligibility and the steps to obtain this bonus. Now, for eligibility, this is for new customers or within the fine print time frame. So the fine print time frame, here it is. You will not be eligible for the offer if you or any signer on the new account has an existing PNC Bank consumer checking account, or have closed an account within the past 12 months, or if you have been a primary signer on a consumer checking account that has received a PNC promotional bonus in the past 24 months. So if you fall into that range of having the account open within the past 12 months or receiving a bonus within the past 24 months, you would not be eligible for this bonus. Of course, if you already have a PNC Bank consumer checking account, you would not be eligible for this bonus. Me, for example, I would not be eligible for this bonus again because I have received a promotional bonus from PNC Bank within the past 24 months for a consumer checking account. Now, also for eligibility, you must open one of these accounts through the promotional page or at a branch with the promo code obtained from the promotional page. Now, they also state there's no minimum deposit required if you open one of these accounts online. However, if you decide to open one of these accounts in person, there's a $25 minimum initial deposit required. Next step is direct deposit. So with the direct deposit section, your bonus is going to be determined by which account is open and the qualified total direct deposit amounts received within 60 days of account opening. So as you see it on the screen, as I'm going to tell you about, there's 3 different accounts and bonuses related to each one. So we'll go from the lowest bonus amount to the highest bonus amount. So with the plain virtual wallet account, if you have qualifying direct deposits of $500 or more, you would earn a bonus of $100. If you have the virtual wallet with performance spend account and qualifying direct deposits of $2,000 or more, you would earn a bonus of $200. Now, if you chose to open the virtual wallet with performance select account and you have qualifying direct deposits totaling $5,000 or more, you would earn the bonus of $400. So that's the highest bonus. If you're going for that one, you want to make sure you open the virtual wallet with performance select account and have total qualifying direct deposits of $5,000 or more within 60 days. And then you could earn that $400 bonus. So as you see here, and as I stated, your bonus amount is going to depend on which account you open and your qualifying direct deposits. Now, what's a qualifying direct deposit for this bonus? The fine print states that a qualifying direct deposit for this offer is defined as a reoccurring direct deposit of a paycheck, pension, social security number, or other income electronically deposited by an employer or outside agency into your spend account. So they call their checking accounts spend accounts, basically. So all of these accounts are spend accounts. So those would be qualifying direct deposits. They also state that credit card cash advance transfers, wire transfers, person-to-person transfers, transfers from one account to another, or deposits made at a branch, ATM, mobile device, or through the mail are not qualifying direct deposits. So that list right there, I just kind of went through, those are not qualifying direct deposits. Now, there are some things you could do with this account, but they would not be eligible as qualifying direct deposits. So very similar to the other bank bonuses in regards to a qualifying direct deposit. So you met the eligibility, you signed up for the account correctly, and you met the direct deposit requirements. Now, when and how do you receive your bonus? So you need to maintain this account. You need to have the account open and in good standing. So it doesn't state specifically that you need to have a positive balance, but I would recommend having a positive balance, something in the account, just to make sure it doesn't go stagnant for too long of a period with a zero balance and gets automatically closed. Because that is a possibility with financial institutions. They can determine an account to be dormant if it has a zero balance for a long period of time and just automatically close it. So keep the account open and in good standing. And one way to do that is to have a positive balance in it. You know, $1, $2, $5, 50 cents, $1,000, whatever you want to have in the account. If you want to actively use it, you know, just keep the account open in good standing. So if you do that, your bonus, which is determined by which account you open and if requirements were met, will be credited to your new PNC account 60 to 90 days after all conditions have been met. So like I stated, your bonus is going to be determined on which account you open and if you met their qualifying direct deposit total amounts within that 60 days. So that's the time frame with this account. However, like I stated, each one of these accounts has a monthly maintenance fee, but there are ways to avoid it. Let's go through each account separately. So the first account, the virtual wallet account, it has a monthly service charge of $7. However, these are the following ways to have that waived. You could have a $500 combined average monthly balance in your spend account or reserve account. So like I stated, PNC Bank pretty much calls their checking account spend account. So when I say spend account, that means this account that I'm talking about, the virtual wallet account or the virtual wallet with performance spend and so forth. So this is the virtual wallet account right here. This is the one with the $100 bonus. So that's one way to have the monthly service charge waived. Also, you can have it waived if you have $500 in qualifying monthly direct deposits to your spend account during the statement period, or if the account holder is age 62 or over, or if the account holder is a PNC employee. So that's for the virtual wallet account. Now for the next account, the virtual wallet with performance spend. This is the account that has the $200 bonus associated with it. There is a monthly service charge of $15 with this account. However, there are some ways to get that monthly service charge waived, and that's if you meet one of the following: having a $2,000 combined average monthly balance in your spend and or reserve accounts, or a $10,000 combined average monthly balance only across PNC Bank consumer deposit accounts you have chosen to link. Or if you have $2,000 in qualifying monthly direct deposits to your spend account during the statement period. However, if you're a workplace or military banking customer, that amount would be $1,000 instead of $2,000. Also, if the account holder is a PNC employee, then the monthly service charge would be waived. Now, the next account is the virtual wallet with Performance Select. This is the account that's associated with the $400 bonus. Now, the virtual wallet with Performance Select account has a monthly service charge of $25. However, there are ways to have it waived as well if you meet any one of the following: $5,000 combined average monthly balance in your spend in up to 7 PNC consumer checking accounts you have chosen to link, including reserve accounts, or $25,000 combined average monthly balance across PNC consumer deposit and or PNCI investment accounts you have chosen to link, or $5,000 in qualifying monthly direct deposits to your spend account during the statement period. Or if you're a PNC employee, then that's another way to have the monthly maintenance fee waived. So those are all the ways right there to have that waived if you meet any one of the following. So yes, that's the PNC Bank bonus. Each tier of it, $100, $200, or $400. the steps for it, as well as ways to have that monthly maintenance fee waived for each account. So yes, those are the top 3 bank bonuses for you for October and November 2025. And the reasons why they made this list are, of course, the bonus amounts, the ease of obtaining the bonus, and of course, the date associated with when the bonus is available. Be sure to like the video down below and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Much appreciated if you do either one of those. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Take care.